No, just bob and weave the whole time.
Yeah.
In and out.
That's what I do in these kind of chairs. Just
I know, like that's why I'm glad I got the setup with two cameras, because I notice it all the time. Like when I'm just sitting, like if I'm not talking or something, like I'll just be sitting here like swinging back and forth.
It's fun.
And it was a little like, when there's just one camera rolling, you just see me rotating. Yeah, all right.
Rotating with Ryan. That should be your podcast.
There you go. That's another one. That'd be my rotisserie chicken channel. Just sit here and actually that'd be a good one. Just a live stream of somebody and me drinking a beer while we watch rotisserie chicken.
That's it.
You think it's done yet?
Eat raw chicken.
I think we need to drink another beer before we check on that one. 10 hours later. Just passed out. Anyway.
Hell yeah. Sounds like a good time.
I'd watch it for a minute.
Just fast forward.
It's like one of those things you have on in the background. Dillon, I'm glad you made it. That was... I know. It's brutal.
It'll be nice to have a better road.
I mean...
Towing trailers and stuff.
That's true.
That's
true.
It was getting a little filled in. A lot of cracks.
There's a lot, yeah. It'll be worth it in the end of the 25-minute light or whatever it is, because holy cow.
That was long.
I know, like, it just rattles your brain, or like almost puts you to sleep,
Yeah.
We got to bring that energy back. We got to get pumped up here and ready to go, because you got some interesting things to talk about.
Yeah.
I know that. There's been a lot of big changes at the ranch.
Couple.
Oh, by the way, folks, this is Dillon Kouf from Double K Ranch. He was on a couple episodes ago. Look at that.
My boot shirt on.
I know. Look at
my
that.
Cowboy hat.
The cow. Oh, I like that. That's fun.
Pretty fun.
Yeah, you guys are coming up on your 40th birthday. Not you yourself, but the ranch, I mean.
Yeah. Hey, we got 2.5 weeks till the party.
That's right.
It's going to be fun.
Looking forward to it.
Burgers and beer.
Yeah, come on. In a beautiful setting.
That's all you really need.
It's lovely up there, too.
Yeah. No, it's a good view up there. Our event barn's fully ready to go. We got the floor in last year. We have a little kind of dish pit now, so we don't have to carry dishes back to our house or the meat shop and split them up. We can do all the dishes right there, which is going to be great.
Nice.
Built a giant concrete grill last year, so that's cool. We're having fun.
Yeah, and you guys just had your the branding party on Sunday, right?
Yeah.
I know. I'm sad I missed that one.
It was the longest one I think we've had. I was down there at 6:30 a.m. and left about 9 p.m.
Wow. Holy cow. Yeah, that's an event.
A couple beers. There's a lot of cows.
There's a lot of cows.
Yeah.
Well, that's good, though. You're boosting the herd.
Yeah, we're finally seeing the numbers we think we need to sustain it. About 100 moms. We want to get a little more. But over 100 steers between each year's steer production.
Wow. Okay.
And then all the babies from last fall and this spring, because we do 2 birthings, spring birthing, fall birthing, kind of split the herd into 2. That way, since we're processing every week and not just one big batch a year that goes off, instead of having a year gap, we have a 6-month gap between each birthing.
Okay.
So we get a little more flexibility there, better age range.
Right,
And,
yeah. Yeah, because you guys don't ship them out anywhere. Like,
nope,
that's
we process
like
everything.
Yeah, that's the main, like, kind of what happens mostly.
Yeah, you
around the
birth
country.
your cows, you raise them until they're old enough to put on a truck and send to a feedlot.
Yeah.
Or go to auction. But we process everything in our butcher shop from slaughter to salami. But what's nice about that is we're not like having to hit a deadline for auction and get them to a certain weight by then to get the most money out of them.
Right.
So a lot of people are birthing end of January, beginning of February to get to that auction window in the fall. But we don't have to do that, which is really nice. So we birth like April, so it's a little warmer.
Right,
We're not
yeah.
getting like a blistering cold night, less snow. It's a lot nicer birthing in April than February. And then our other one's about September. So those cows are super happy when they're born.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
They don't
Yeah,
have
I
to
just
deal
can't.
with
I
any
can't
cold.
imagine well, just on the animal itself too, like the amount of stress that puts on them.
Yeah, being born in a blizzard sucks.
Right? I mean, not only just having to be the ranch workers that have to go out there and make check on them and tag them and make sure everything's okay, or they may have to pull them out in the middle of middle of a freezing cold night.
Yeah.
Like,
seems like when you're birthing in winter too and it's a blizzard, that's when they decide to pop out. Like, really? You had to do it now?
Of course. Of course.
So April's a lot better. I'll turn my
Oh, is that you? Okay.
my phone on silent.
No, it's all good. I just want to make sure my phone's not bugging out. Yeah. I never really realized that about the whole thing with you only have a certain amount of time to get them up to weight. Like, if I think about it, like just the stress that puts on the animal too.
Yeah.
I mean that whole process. Yeah, right. Like you have to make sure you're pumping them full of whatever terrible grain you're feeding them, and then get them loaded on a truck and ship them out, and just that that's going to affect the taste of the meat.
Oh yeah.
Not only
we that's our big thing is our cows never leave our hands.
Yeah.
We raise them from start to finish. We slaughter them from start to finish, or process them from start to finish, from slaughter to salami, like I said.
I like that.
Yeah, it's a good one. Should get a bumper sticker. And then we sell them in our deli. And I think a big thing, I was just listening to our other, 2 years ago, and we did this. Back then, I was like, oh, we're just getting back into wholesale. We're going to go into grocery stores. And it was like right after we'd opened the deli, so we were trying to kind of do everything. But we now have stepped back and cut out all wholesale. So basically there's custom shops, state inspected shops, and USDA. We're state inspected. We were looking at going USDA, but they kept giving us all these things we had to do. Every time they came out, there was a new thing, and we're like, I think they're just kind of pushing us off.
Right.
And then we just do state inspected slaughter now, because when we slaughter them under state inspection, they allow them to sell us to our own satellite retail locations without doing the whole process under inspection, because it's just staying in our hands. So we've gone that route of, you can only get our meat from us. We don't sell it to anyone else. Some places might come to the grocery store, come to the deli and get it and sell it on their own event, or if they do charcuterie boards or whatever. But yeah, we're not in any grocery stores, no more restaurants. Yeah, if a chef wants to come to us and buy some stuff, that's on them.
Right, yeah.
But
so it's
we
not
don't
that you
do
don't
any wholesale
distribute it to, yeah. I mean, that makes sense. You keep a little more control of it.
Yeah.
And I mean, honestly though, the difference in quality between, like, if you side by side the stuff that you guys produce, like just the like, not even the salami's out of this world, by the way. Like, said that a million times. Like that chorizo is so good, all of it. But you like the like steaks themselves, like the pieces of meat, and you cook it, you can just, the difference is just so, you feel nourished in a completely different way.
Grass fed and the dry age, because you get that health benefit from the grass fed where they're leaner. You're not getting as much fat, but you're getting more omega-3s. It's just a healthier meat, but then we dry age it so it's tender, it's more flavorful. You get like both good worlds there of like health and taste. And yeah, you can eat a steak and like feel good about it. I mean, I've gone on kind of a health kick of like just meat and vegetables and like fruit as snacks.
There you go.
And not eating a bunch of other processed crap.
It makes a difference. Holy cow.
You really just survive on meat and vegetables.
I mean, I suppose that's very easy for you to...
The meat's taken care of.
That meat ones are right there.
And with the farmers markets, and we got some good grocery stores around, so the vegetable part's pretty easy too.
We're definitely making some progress in that route. And I'm very happy about that it's becoming much more, the availability for healthier eating around here is becoming much more available.
Winter's a little tougher, but
Yeah. That's why you just stick with, you just go on the pure meat diet, I guess.
Carnivore. That's crazy. People do that where they just eat meat, and I'm like, hell yeah, that's awesome. But also, I do love vegetables too.
I like some variety.
Yeah.
I tried doing carnivore for
It's
a little.
hardcore.
It's like after like the first week, I'm like, I'm tired of.
Yeah.
Like, I never thought I'd be saying I was tired of eating a steak or something. It was like, I need some other flavor.
Yeah.
I need some other taste.
Like, I eat meat every single dinner, usually eggs or like yogurt and berries for breakfast, and then maybe I'll eat lunch or skip lunch. So I eat meat every day, but like, I love vegetables and fruit too.
Hey, they're
So
good.
Carnivore
They're tasty.
diet's pretty wild. I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah.
It's hardcore, you know. Yeah. I think if you have like an inflammatory disease or something, it might be a good idea. But
especially the people that are like doing all the offal and everything, I'm like, you're going all in. Liver, testicles, heart. All right,
go for it, buddy. Go for it. I'll just get some supplements or something if I really need that sort of thing. I tried eating liver like as a vitamin for a while there. I was just like,
it's got to be pate.
I mean, yeah, just trying to eat it by like raw on its own.
Oh, raw, yeah, that's
like
hardcore.
even though I'd like cube it up and like mix it with something,
it's intense.
It's really intense. It's just
good
a process. Yeah,
but...
I mean, good for you, but it's hard to find consistently like good quality though.
Yeah. Yeah, that's our issue with liver too. Is we get pretty much every pork liver, but grass-fed beef, since they're always on pasture, they get these things called liver flukes, which they're from eating snails, and they get flukes in their liver. So the inspectors just toss them. We're not allowed to keep a lot of them.
That's what that is?
Yeah.
They're
creepy little... They're just like, they just live in the liver. They don't taint the meat. They don't do anything to the animal. It's just the liver is discarded. It's weird. But most of our beef liver is like that and it's kind of a good sign as a grass-fed producer because you're like, yeah, they're always on grass. They're eating these snails that are out in the pasture, and that's what happens. And there's nothing wrong with it. It's not, a bad thing.
But
it like further proves that, yeah, they're always on grass. They're eating these snails. And
so it's like snail... is it larva? Like what? How does it, or just like baby snails? Is that what?
I think it's like a larva that it's not like the typical snail that you see. But yeah, it's like a larva that gets in there and they burrow in the liver, and you can see by scars. But our inspectors have cut into the scars, and you see them like they're just like little wavy larva.
That's really creepy and kind of disgusting, but also super fascinating.
And that's why they still make us do inspection and slaughter under inspection.
I mean, that's neat.
Check stuff like that.
I had no idea that that's what that was.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing they check are livers and the heads. They check the glands in the head and make sure everything's good.
What are they checking for in that?
I think they can just see if there has been any disease like that. But we've never had any issues with the heads. Our thing is the liver flukes.
Interesting.
So we don't get a lot of liver. Pork liver we get.
And they don't have that issue.
No, they're always on pasture. They're out in the fields, but they don't have that issue. It's a beef thing.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Huh. That's just nuts.
Yeah. A lot of weird stuff.
Yeah. Right. Okay. It kind of reminds me of like the botfly thing with deer, right?
I don't like botflies.
That thing's just creepy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like botflies are creepier than the liver flukes.
I had a buddy get one in his ankle, and it's gross.
Ugh.
I'm glad that's not me. Not fun.
Interesting. All right. Well.
But yeah, back to what
science.
Starts with us, ends with us. We serve all the food, and that's kind of why we started doing what we do. We've gone through so many different avenues of online sales, custom work, restaurants, wholesale. But I come from a restaurant background.
Right.
And we really want to serve the consumer. Because, the typical way of a ranch is you raise your animals, you sell it off to an auction, that goes to a feedlot, that goes to a slaughterhouse, that goes to a distributor, then it goes to a grocery store. It's traveling thousands of miles around the country. So, like in Montana, you might be eating a steak that was born in Montana, but then went to Nebraska and then Colorado and then back here.
Yep.
It's like crazy. There are a lot of processors in Montana, which is nice. So there's a lot more local beef. but I talk to people in like Oregon, and they're like, there's like 3 processors, you can't get in. It's a shit show.
Wow.
So Montana's actually, I believe, doing really well. But that's why, we've taken all the steps that we've done with our own meat processing facility, with our own deli, is to like serve the consumer, get direct feedback, cook the food, do the events that we do. So we're trying to, do a different model and make it a profitable business that is all in-house. So it never leaves our hands. We do every step. And it's never getting shipped off where we're like, well, I don't know if that's our beef now. I don't know if that's our product. It's like, no, we've done everything. So if you're a customer that comes to our deli, you can ask us how it's made, where it comes from, who butchered it, and we'll be able to answer all of that. Like, Jeff and Zach are our ranch guys. They raised it. Carson and Adam butchered it. Josh is our in-house butcher at the deli. Ryan's our chef. You can talk to anyone, and you just know where your meat came from, which is a pretty rare thing to do.
It is anymore, yeah.
And having worked in restaurants, I worked in a few places where, they said local beef, and then you're opening a bag that came off a Cisco truck from not a local beef source, and you're like, what? It was wrong. It was opened locally. Yeah. So even if places are saying they're using local beef, they might not be. Oxbow is a big producer in Missoula. They're in a lot of restaurants. So going back to like the Montana is on the right track thing, there is a lot of local beef in Montana, but you can't always trust restaurants. Some of them are lying, which is a bummer. Some of them are serving as much local produce as they can. Some of them aren't. Yeah. And that's like the one unique thing about us is, we're never going to serve box meat. It's never going to come off a Cisco truck. The only thing we get from Cisco is our French fries, because we sell so many dang French fries that we couldn't keep up making them ourselves.
But they're fried in your own beef tallow.
They are fried in our beef tallow or our pork fat.
Oh, it's so good.
And they're super good. It makes them healthier. They're not in seed oils. You get a lot of nutrients actually from that beef fat and that pork fat, and they're just tasty.
Oh, it's so good, yeah.
But we really have nothing to hide. We're not lying about anything that we do. You can trust that when you come to us, the meat is from our ranch, processed in our facility, or from a few other ranches in the Bitterroot. We get local lamb and local bison. We only raise the beef and the pork. So like we just did a bison from down in Darby. We get local lamb from Victor and Stevie and Hamilton, actually a few different ranches. We actually just got a Wagyu beef from our buddy in Stevensville. Oh. It was a cow, so it wasn't like a full-blood, crazy expensive steer. It was actually a cow that was like a similar price to what our ranch charges our meat shop, because all our stuff is, split into different LLCs, so they each have a charge for each other. But it's all local. You're never going to get served a piece of meat that came off a truck. And I forget what I was doing. It was either in an article or another podcast, but it was like, I think we're really one of the only restaurants in Missoula, if not the whole state of Montana, where literally every single ounce of meat has been local. Not a single cut has been from a distributor.
That's impressive.
And so, going back to Oxbow, a lot of places are serving Oxbow burger, but it's really tough if you want a ribeye on a menu to get local ribeye. That's super hard because you get a piece this big out of each half of beef. Yeah. Cut that into 12 steaks at most, really. But you're getting hundreds of pounds of burger per beef. So the burger is the easy thing to source locally. Everything else is super hard. Like, I remember when we were doing wholesale, a guy was like, oh, can I get 200 pounds of tri-tip a week from you guys? And I'm like, well, you get 2 tri-tips and they're about 3 pounds each. So that's 6 pounds per beef. So 200 pounds is like a ton of beef. And if I'm doing 2 beef a week, there's no chance. So even if you're doing 10 beef a week and you're getting 60 pounds of ribeye or of tri-tip a week, that still can't supply a restaurant that wants 200 pounds of tri-tip a week.
That's a lot of tri-tip.
Yeah. And same with cheeks, flank steaks, skirts, flat irons, mock tender. There's so many cuts where you get 2 per beef and they're tiny. Yep. So it's really hard to source that. So the restaurant, if you're going to be like, no, we're having New York's on the menu every night, you can't get it locally. you have to be like, okay, we're either going to switch our menu and like buy this and save up for a long time, or you do what we do, which is whole animal butchery, and you just go through the cuts you have. So we just opened our new dining room in the deli, and basically what we do is we sell the cuts that we sell, and then on the menu we use other cuts, and we say, okay, we're going to use a ranch steak for this special. We have 16. Once that's done, we got to switch it out with something else. So they're kind of constantly rotating specials. There's nothing that can live on there permanently. It's really hard to get a ribeye on the menu because they sell as steaks. But that's our thing, is like whole animal butchery. We use the whole thing. We serve it. We sell it. And that's kind of a unique thing nowadays.
It is, and I absolutely love it. I mean, I was talking to this recently with someone about, with fruits and vegetables, like that same concept of it's okay that tomatoes are only available for a couple months out of the year because anything else is just a complete degradation of what a tomato actually is, right? Like you get those hothouse tomatoes and you're just like, what is this?
Yeah.
And asparagus and other fruits and vegetables, like it's okay that things aren't available all the time. Like it kind of makes it that much more special. Like, hey, Double K's got ribeyes. Let's go get one.
No, and we do that with vegetables too. I mean, we work super seasonally with the growers co-op, and our chef actually lives next to a small little farm. But we get as much local produce as we can, especially in the summer. It is all local, and we work seasonally with what's available.
Yeah.
And that's like a kind of a super fun thing, I believe, for our kitchen staff, is like, all right, what's in season? Let's make some fun stuff out of it. That gets harder in the winter, obviously. But in the summer, spring, fall, spring you're getting asparagus and some other fruits or vegetables. Summer is filled with everything pretty much. And then fall, you're getting all those squash and root vegetables and stuff like that.
Yeah, like it totally inspires you to be creative and look for unique ways of using things, and just constant change as well on the menu, which I think brings a lot of people in as well, because they know they're going to get, hey, this is only going to be around for a couple weeks, and then it's going to be different. Yeah. And it's going to be, the next thing is going to be super tasty, but that's only going to be around for a couple of weeks too, or maybe a couple months, and then it just keeps that variety going, and it really gives you an idea of the seasons too. It gives you this connection with reality rather than this like fake reality that we've created at the grocery store where
everything's always available.
Oh yeah, you can get a tomato in January, and here's apples all year round.
Yeah.
Apples are only available really for a short season in the fall. The ones you're eating in July and August are from last year.
Yeah. Yeah, they've been kept under some intense conditions to keep them not from rotting.
Sprayed with all sorts of stuff. And it's just like, it's okay. Things don't have to be available all the time.
And so we have like our staple items that stay on the menu and never leave: the smash burger, the braised beef sandwich, Caesar salad, Italian salad, our hoagie. Ranch hand is a big one. That one's really been taken off. So we have those things that we always keep on the menu so that you can like I love the smash burger. I'm going to Double K. I'm getting a smash burger. And you don't get there and it's gone. And you're like, what the hell?
That'd be quite the day, I bet.
Yeah, but that's kind of the fun with the dinner menu is, we make it seasonally. It rotates. It's based on what we can butcher. And when you're talking steaks and you're talking so little of each of those items, like we're doing a wine pairing dinner here next week actually, and we have to like save flat irons for a few weeks to be able to serve that. So I think they have a lot of fun with that
That's
side
pretty cool.
of the menu, making up
really
new
cool.
things. And if we had to do that with the entire menu, that would get a little tiring.
Sure.
And I think, some people, we have customers that come in every week, get a smash burger, every week get a braised beef sandwich. So you need that kind of dependability, I guess, or constant menu where people can know, like, I want a braised beef sandwich, I'm going to go get that. And that's a good thing about the burgers and the braised beef is, you get a ton of burger off an animal, you get a lot of roast you can turn into braised beef.
Yep.
So those ones are easier to keep on the menu, whereas a ribeye is no shot.
Those burgers are so good too.
Yeah.
How's that new place doing?
Yeah, we opened the general store in April. Kind of the idea behind that is we're working with the building owner, who owns kind of from the Wilma down to, I guess now Cafe Mimosa. Owns that whole thing, and we're trying to open a bar with him, and the idea is a Western bar where it's burgers and pizzas. It's all Western themed. It's like really the opposite of the deli, which is like bright and vibrant. This will be like dark and wood.
Nice.
Western feel. But we wanted to have a similar market area, and that space came available first. The bar area needs a ton of work, and we're still doing designs and plans, and that's a lot. But we decided to just open the general store, see how that went. So it's really just a retail shop right now. We have 2 meat freezers. We have a fresh case with sandwiches and cheese and smoked meats. And then we have a bunch of other stuff. We have merch. We have Pendleton gear. There's a couple screen printing shops in Montana that we get a bunch of different shirts and sweatshirts and tea towels and all sorts of stuff from. We get local cutting boards. There's a ton of local products in there. My mom makes pottery, so we have her pottery in there.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, there's a bunch of fun stuff. So that's kind of the idea with the general store is like an old Western general store literally had everything from medicine to food to, toiletry needs, clothes. And we're working with him on getting the alcohol license approved so we can have liquor in there. We want to have kind of like tobacco, but not have it set up like a gas station where you get any cigarette you want. Have like nice rolling tobacco, cigars, papers, filters, all this stuff where you can like more old fashioned roll your own cigarette.
Yeah, very cool.
So really have that theme where you
fun.
can go get a sandwich, you can get a steak, you can get a Pendleton t-shirt, you can get a bottle of whiskey, you can get a cigar.
That's awesome.
Pretty fun.
Yeah.
So it's slowly taken off. We haven't done really any advertising or anything, but...
When you guys open? Or what are the hours?
No, we opened, Wednesday through Sunday, 11 to 6.
Okay. Nice.
So kind of trying to hit that.
Right downtown.
Yeah.
You're right next to... It's right next to Bar Plata, right? Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it's Bar Plata, a little hallway, and then we're right there on the south side of them.
Nice.
But it's a cool little store. It was fun to... Because everything we've done has like been a lot, opening the deli with a kitchen, expanding that into a dining room, adding a bigger kitchen. This was like, we're just like putting in some shelves and making a retail store. It was kind of fun choosing all the products, and we didn't have to get like architects and a contractor and permits. It was like just move in and stain some shelves, put them on the wall.
There you go.
So we did it all ourselves, and it was fun.
Good times.
So I think it'll be a really cool, it's a pretty sweet space right now. Just for downtown, I think the biggest seller right now is just our pre-made sandwiches that we make at the deli and then bring over there. People going to work or whatnot, grab a sandwich, go to work. But I think it'll be a really cool space when the bar is open. You can go to the bar, get a pizza, have a beer, come next door, shop around.
Oh, yeah.
Go down to Caras Park. We're working on getting this little packager where we can like make our own Lunchables, basically. Like good cheese, crackers, meat, olives. Like you grab that, go down to Caras Park, hang out by the river, have a healthy Lunchable.
One that's not packed full of
10,000% sodium. We'll get sued, but
yeah, what could you call it? The Crunchable with a K?
Yeah. That'd be fun.
The double Crunchable?
Yeah. But yeah, we're doing some fun things with that store, and it's cool to be downtown. It's fun because like at the deli, which is in Midtown near the mall, we get customers that are like, I don't want to go downtown. That's why I love coming here. And then vice versa, downtown, they're like, I live downtown, I walk. I don't want to have to like get in a car and go somewhere. Just come here, grab a sandwich, and that's good.
Perfect. I know. I wish I lived closer to Missoula because I would love to be able to get those smash burgers more often.
Yeah, that's the one downside. I live on the ranch in Darby. We're about an hour away. And they'll post some good specials, and I'm like, man.
I know. I see you guys on Instagram all the time. I'm like, oh, that looks so good.
Yeah. Like, I only eat there once a week, sadly.
Well, at least you have a readily available supply at home.
Yeah. No, we cook all our own food, so
There you go.
that's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, all the locations are up and running. We're working on the bar. That's been like almost a 2-year conversation and project now. It's been a lot of work going into it, a lot of designs, a lot of ideas. And I think we finally really got a good idea going. Now it's just kind of getting it to a cost point where it works for the building owner and where it works for us.
Right.
But that's kind of our plan now, is we've rescinded all wholesale. We're just selling at our locations. And the idea is that we have 2 restaurants, or a restaurant deli and a bar. And those basically buy all the meat the ranch can raise, and they funnel back into the meat shop, which then funnels back into the ranch, and hopefully, it can all be sustainable and maybe hopefully one day profitable.
Well, I like the philosophy here. It's like, if you want it, you got to come to us to get it.
Yeah.
Instead of just trying to like get it out there and send it everywhere and hope that people pick up on it, but you're like creating this exclusivity of like, no, like, we take this seriously. We're all about the quality. Like, we want to make sure that it is always handled respectfully and it's top quality, and it continues to taste the best. And so if you want it, you got to come to us.
Well, and our thing is, on the ranch, we're about 800 acres, a little under, and about 500 and maybe 550 is usable for cattle. And to raise them on pasture, grass-fed, they need a lot of room. Mm-hmm. So we're pretty maxed out on what we can raise. And we're already to the point where we're going through about 2 beef a week. And so our max is about 3. Like, that's all we can raise and slaughter every year from the ranch. And that's 2 restaurants. That's all we can supply. And so we were looking at going USDA a while ago with the salami and being like, oh, well, making 300 pounds of salami, when you slice it so thin, you get a lot out of that. And that's one reason we're trying to go with pizza at the new location. Use all of the salami on there. But we wanted to go USDA for the salami so we could ship it nationwide and just sell a ton of it. We had the issues with the USDA constantly telling us we had to do new things, and they were all kind of odd. Like, it was nothing that affected sanitation. It was nothing that affected production. It was like office space, extra room. It was all really weird stuff that were like, spending money on this doesn't make us any money. It doesn't make it more efficient. Doesn't make it cleaner. It doesn't do anything for us. It just pleases their rules. And the other thing was, we were like, with our deli, we're fully local. We support local. We buy local. All our meat is from us, local. Why send it all around the country? That doesn't really fit our motto of like Montana first.
Yeah.
And that's our goal, is like supply Montana jobs, support the community, feed the community. We give back to the community. I believe last year we gave back to over 30 different nonprofit organizations, whether it was monetary, meat, gift cards. And that's what we're about, is the local community. So who cares about sending salami all over the country? We want to keep it here. And yeah, it creates that exclusive side of like, perfect, if you want our stuff, you got to come to us.
That's awesome. Oh, that's really cool. Well, yeah, you got a couple of events coming up too, right?
Yeah, we got the birthday party, which is pretty much sold out now, because we're expecting, because it's our 40th party, so we're inviting all our employees. They can bring plus ones. We want to have fun. We're not going to be like, oh, we're throwing a party. You're not. So I was looking at this point, with all the tickets we've sold, we're going to be over 100 people.
Nice.
So like, that's a lot.
That is a lot.
So we got that coming up. We're doing a wine tasting dinner next week. There's a few tickets left to that. It's pretty much sold out. And then I don't think we have anything in July, because our July is kind of nuts.
You've got that Know Your Farmer event too, right? At the end.
Yeah, we're doing that with the Bitterroot Chamber of Commerce. We have an ag committee there. So we're kind of supplying the barn, the event barn. We're supplying the charcuterie and the burgers, and I'm going to help them out. Mm-hmm. But it's not really our event. It's like their event at the
that's
ranch.
fair. But
So like, you're
associated
and
some
stuff with that one.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Those ones are.
It's just going to be me from the ranch down there.
Those ones are on the chamber website.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
But then we're doing our hog roast in August, on August 3rd. Last year we did it where it was like we roasted a whole pig, shredded it, and you kind of made slider or pulled pork sandwiches, and it was like, you know, kind of serve yourself style.
It was so good.
That was pretty fun.
That was a good day.
This year we're changing it up a little bit. So we're using the whole pig, and we're gonna roast some of it, grill some of it, and it's basically gonna be like a coursed out meal of 4 courses, 3, you know, savory, 1 dessert.
All right.
So it's gonna be a little different, kind of make it a little more fun on the chef side of things, like creating dishes. And then we have our 8-course end of summer dinner coming up on September 14th this year. And that's the one where we just go all out. We make the best food that we can, the most expensive food that we can, and it's fun. It's a good one. I mean, our chef really has a lot of fun with that one and makes some good food.
I know I should try to make it to that one this year. I keep seeing pictures of that one. It's just
last year I think we overdid it. We served a lot of food.
Oh, did you?
It was like it was 8 courses, and they were a little big. Where people at the end were like, "Oh, we need to-go boxes."
There's 3 more.
Yeah, it was super good food, but this year we're like, all right, we gotta do a little smaller.
Rein it in, boys.
I think we lost money on all the food we served last year.
But you had fun doing it.
Yeah, and that's some of the stuff we do is, you know, we're not a profitable business yet. We need to get to that point where we can sustain it and make it all work, and that's what we're doing with both locations and everything that we're doing. But I try to not be a penny pincher. Like, there's some stuff we just do it because it's fun, and that's kind of that dinner.
Yeah,
like,
you got to have fun.
Yeah.
You got to have fun.
If you're not having fun, what's the point?
That's right. Well, Dillon, I appreciate you braving traffic and all the road construction to get yourself down here. I know we're coming up. I just noticed today how much traffic there is going through town. So we're hitting summer. It's
a lot
here.
of the license plate. We're not Montana.
Yeah, well,
tourist season has arrived.
Hopefully, they all take a drive by the Double K Deli and get a smash burger and
we're trying to
boost your business.
Be a tourist destination.
There you go.
Come check out a ranch that's doing it like not many others are.
Yeah, you should maybe give tours or something like that. Come look at a cow.
We do tours at our events. Yeah. We do tours at the events that we do, meat chop tours, talk about the ranch and all that stuff.
Nice.
But yeah, got a lot of info on our website. We're trying to do more of this stuff where we promote it. We're going to start doing, I don't know if you've seen it on our Instagram, but we got a new videographer who's doing really cool videos for us.
Oh, cool.
And then we're going to start doing 2 things we're going to start doing. One's like a chef series. So we just started with our chef. Obviously, you got to start in-house with our chef, Ryan James. But basically little videos that show the chef's story, and then they're going to come in and make a plate. And so what we're going to start doing now is like getting other chefs to come in, do a special, cook with our product, hang out, and work with Ryan, and do a fun special that we run for the weekend. And then we're making a video on all that.
You know who you should connect with is Brandon Dearden from Ember.
Yeah, I could hit up Brandon.
I think
I have his number.
Yeah, I think he'd be a good one because he's really good with the social media stuff too.
Yeah.
And I feel like you guys would have a lot of fun.
I feel like they've been making some changes. I got to get back in there. Check it out.
Yeah.
Say hi to Brandon. But so we're doing that chef series thing. We're doing 1 a month, so that'll be pretty fun. I think that's kind of just a fun thing for our kitchen staff. Whereas, like, you know, new chefs coming in, maybe they have new ideas, get a new face in the kitchen.
There you go.
And then we're also doing kind of a series where it'll be me or our chef, butchers, ranch manager, whomever, where we're going to just take questions and answer them in like a 1 minute or less video. Because a big thing, you know, we get a lot of customers that don't even know about the deli. They come in, they're like, oh, this is cool. And there's kind of that disconnect of like, no, yeah, we do everything. We raise these animals, we butcher them, we process them, we serve them to you. And a lot of people don't know that. So we're trying to get the word out as much as we can with these videos, with answering questions. And my big thing is we have nothing to hide. There's not a thing we won't talk about or describe how we do it, why we do it, and the steps that go into it. So we're trying to push that, and the first one's coming out soon.
Brilliant.
Answer questions and tell people what we do.
Awesome. Looking forward to it. I'm excited for all the cool things that are happening up at the ranch this summer, and yeah.
Now we got to just hope the smoke holds off for a while.
Yes.
No fires.
Fingers crossed.
It's been a dry year, though.
Well, good for dry aging,
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know.
Outside.
Anyway, thanks a bunch, Dillon. I appreciate you being here again. And let's try to do this again before 2 years. I didn't realize it was that long.
No.
Since the last one.
Time flies.
I know, huh?
Lots changed.
We've all been having fun.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks, everybody. See ya.